Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 5:30 in the morning on a beautiful Sunday. It is May the 4th. That makes it Star Wars Day. If you're unfamiliar, because it's May the 4th be with you. So this morning, a couple of days ago actually, I pulled this little Y-Wing fighter. This is a Micro Machines Y-Wing fighter. Excuse me. It's from Star Wars. And a couple of days ago, I pulled it from the Random Object, and I know that it's not random if I pick and choose what I'm going to do, but it was too cute to say, all right, we're going to do this Star Wars toy, on the 2nd of May, when May the 4th was just right around the corner. So I thought, well, you know what? I'll just hold on to this one. And I know that is against the randomogrifier rules, but it was just too convenient. So how's everybody doing? It is Sunday morning. I am recording. If my mother asks, my mom and dad are watching in the chat. Or my dad is for sure. My mom may not be functioning yet, but she's usually there. It's a nice quiet morning, that's for sure. The wife and kids are busy with scouts this weekend, and so I have, well, the wife has gone to one scouting event with the girls. I have a couple of boys here that are getting ready to go to a different training this morning. And they had a late night last night. So the house is super quiet today. Which, part of me wants to run up there and go, "What's the matter? You don't want to be awake now? You were fine at 2 a.m. when I was trying to sleep." But that would be cruel. But yeah, I know it's against the rules to pull the random object out, not draw the random object, but I just couldn't. How's the microphone this morning? I had to change everything out. I found out yesterday that the camera that I was using up top, one of the viewers pointed out that that it was only filming in 720p, and so when I started playing with it, I realized it was never going to be any different than 720p, and so I changed it out, but it messed up all the settings, and I've been fighting with all of the settings. I was fighting with the settings last night. I think I got them all worked out, but it's not anything I could test. You can only test it when you're live, and I couldn't, if I didn't want to go live at night. so I couldn't test it. So if the sound's okay, I mean the monitors look like they're okay. The sound monitors look like they're okay. Through with the composition phase. I'm adding details, but I don't want to focus on one area. Excuse me. I don't want to focus on one area of detail for too long. I kind of want to skip around because this has a lot of bumpy detail. People who design sci-fi and fantasy stuff like to put a lot of unnecessary bumps on things that they can't, they don't bother giving you an explanation what it does. They just put the bump on there. And I don't know how much of that I'm actually going to add. You don't have to add all of the details. This is a morning sketch. This is morning practice. Music's doing that thing where starts getting really loud and messing things up. I started downloading the music yesterday so that I won't have to be dependent on the streaming service. I hear a child. Maybe we'll get a boy 2 sighting. Maybe we'll get a subliminal baby sighting. Sure enough, subliminal baby. Good morning, buddy.
Good morning, Father. About an hour.
May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you too. I got about like an hour until my ride gets here.
I understand. This is another one of those things where, as always, you want to draw one thing, but what's actually there is quite different. Since the point is to Since the point is to practice drawing what we see, it's important to try to draw exactly what's there and not what you think is there. Jeanette Jobson is an artist out of Canada. She's the one that turned me on to this practice of drawing in the morning while you drink coffee. She does it a little differently though. She doesn't do detailed drawings. She does drawings to practice shading. She just focuses on pushing the darks, making sure her shading is on point. Hiccups like I'm a fish. I am not a fish. Yeah, I think our perspective is off. I have to focus. I want to do some perspective work because if I'm looking at this, and where these things line up, it's not where it's supposed to be. But it's pretty close for government work. Alright, let's clean up some of those lines. It may help if I can't see some of those other lines that are kind of throwing me off. Chat's super quiet this morning. They must have partied too hard last night too. Can't talk, Artie. Again, you know, how much that detail do I really want to focus on? How important is it for me this morning versus, because I'm, you know, this is a morning sketch. Of a toy. How important is it for me to capture all of the little details? And it's important enough that I want you to be able to look at it and say, yeah, that's what was there. But at the same time, I'm not painting the Sistine Chapel. This is a morning sketch with coffee. And so I think I'll put just enough detail in that you can tell it's bumpy. And I am this morning just scumbling, which means I've just got the pencil on the paper going back and forth. I'm not, normally I don't do that. Normally I pick the pencil up and I keep all the shapes going in the same direction. But there's so much detail and shading this morning that I feel like the more I can capture at a single pass, the better off I am. Okay, there goes the music. That's bye-bye. That's twice. Again, I'm just going to have to download it. I'm just going to have to download it and control it locally. It's a nice addition, but I don't want it to be a distraction. Besides, we should have some French for him playing. Or kazoo. Oh my goodness, where's my kazoo? It takes years to master the kazoo. lot of times my wife will hide my kazoo from me. Ah, mosquitoes. It's a rare morning. One of those mornings where it's like I got out of bed and I knew that I was excited to get out of bed, but at the same time I really did not want to get out from under the covers. How are we doing on time? Oh, it's already 5:53. We haven't even started the drop shadow yet. See what I mean about how easy it is to get caught up in all the minutia? All right. Let's see. I have to clean this up because we want to make sure that the drop shadow reads as a drop shadow. So I have a little shadow coming out there. Shadow, especially right here, is a little darker than the ship. Actually, that whole shadow is darker than the ship, so we're good. It's not pitch black, shouldn't be as dark as I can go, but it is indeed darker than the ship. There's that one. And this one does this. It is darker than the ship also, so that's handy. There's a little bit of reflected light right there, bounce light in the shadow right there. And then this is the shadow side. So I want to make sure that it is darker than the top. That. And this line shouldn't be there at all. Alright, now back to the shading. Yeah, the only sad thing is this is a Y-wing fighter. It's not a TIE fighter. It's not an X-wing fighter. It's not one of the sexy, well-known machines. I mean, that's okay. I don't want to hurt its feelings or anything. But, you know, it's not a Death Star. It's not something that if you looked at it and said, oh, hey, that's a Y-wing fighter from Star Wars, you're more likely to look at it and say, oh, hey, it's a spaceship. Oh. I'm gonna have to go change my Facebook profile to my Princess Leia outfit. It's not me in the Princess Leia outfit, but I found in my searches for stuff Star Wars related for May the 4th, I found a gentleman with a similar physique as mine, wearing a slave Princess Leia outfit. And I acquired it to use as a profile pic for Star Wars Day, May the 4th. This whole thing is not white, so I have to go through and make sure that the whole thing is not white. And when you do that, you want to make sure and overlap the shadows that you've already done so that they will darken up as well. Go through and take back some of these highlights that the width of the pencil stole from us. Clean up all of these stray lines. We're about done. This is the last step before I sign it. And then I may make sure the boys have everything they need to get out of the house safely. And I may just go back to bed. It's Sunday morning. There's nothing very exciting happening here on a Sunday morning. But I may just go back upstairs and go back to bed. Honestly, on Sunday mornings when we do this, we could play a game. Am I wearing pants? Because usually I have to get dressed for work. Monday through Friday I have to get dressed for work. But on Saturdays and Sundays I don't have anywhere to go. So, am I wearing pants? And the answer today is yes, because I have extra kids in the house. But I think that's all the detail I want to do. So what is today? Today is May the 4th. After I go off camera, I hit this with some matte clear spray paint to stop it from being able to smudge. And yesterday I just sprayed my whole arm. Hopefully I'll avoid that today. But I'm going to call that finished. So let's put that there. Let's stop that. Let's go to that. Let's eject the camera from my phone so that I can come over here, take a picture. You guys can see it from my perspective and determine what you think of how well I sketched it. Nope. There we go. Da, 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 da. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you tomorrow at 5:30 in the morning. I'll be dressed tomorrow. Are You Wearing Pants game is only on Saturdays and Sundays. So tomorrow I'll be dressed for work. But thank you for joining me. I look forward to this every day. I truly do. Even on the days when I don't want to get out of bed, I do look forward to it. I hope you do too. We will see you tomorrow morning. Same Artistic Biker channel, same Artistic Biker time, same Artistic Biker channel. And we dance. And we dance until somebody says